A new wave of battlefield claims is emerging from Russia as intense fighting stretches across multiple fronts in eastern and southern Ukraine. Moscow says its forces have carried out coordinated ground, river, and air defense operations within hours, even as Kyiv unveils a fresh peace framework. Explosions, drone interceptions, and territorial claims now collide with diplomatic messaging. Russia's defense ministry says its ground forces have carried out fresh combat operations near Rodinske and the Donetsk region. According to Moscow, units from the 51st Guards Combined Arms Army targeted Ukrainian formations, with video released showing multiple explosions. In southern Ukraine, Russian forces say a coastal defense mortar unit destroyed a Ukrainian military speedboat in the Dnieper River Delta. The incident reportedly involved units of the Dnieper Group's 18th Combined Arms Army. The area remains a key flashpoint for river-based operations. Further east, Moscow claims its Vostok group of forces has expanded a bridgehead on the western bank of the Gaichur River. Russian officials say assault units captured the settlement of Zarechno, tightening control in the Zaporizhzhia region. These claims could not be independently verified. As ground battles continue, Russia reports a major air defense operation. The defense ministry says 132 Ukrainian drones were intercepted and destroyed across multiple Russian regions in just 7 hours, including areas near Moscow. Against this backdrop, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has presented a new 20-point peace framework, describing it as the result of months of consultations with the United States. The proposal outlines a possible path forward, but leaves key issues unresolved. The Kremlin has yet to issue a formal response. President Vladimir Putin has previously said any settlement must reflect what he calls realities on the ground and address the root causes of the conflict. For now, battlefield developments continue to outpace diplomacy.
We are celebrating Christmas during a very difficult time. Unfortunately, not all of us are home this evening, and not everyone, sadly, has a home, and not everyone, regrettably, is with us today. But despite all the hardships Russia has inflicted, it cannot occupy or bomb the most crucial thing: our Ukrainian heart, our unwavering faith in each other, and our unbreakable unity. And so millions of us today will be waiting for the first star in the sky. In the skies above Kyiv, across the beautiful region of Zakarpattia, high above Odessa, or even in the challenging area of Kupiansk, wherever Ukrainians may be found, today, all together, they are marking the celebration of Christmas on a unified date, truly as one large, cohesive family. Undoubtedly, the times of war have changed us, and it's not as important now how we decorate our home, but rather how we protect it. It almost doesn't matter what dishes are on the table. What truly matters is the company of the people gathered around it.
We feel that America is looking to achieve a final agreement, and from our side, we are offering full cooperation. Ukraine has never been and will never become an obstacle to peace. We are working actively and doing absolutely everything we can to ensure that the necessary documents are not only prepared, but also truly realistic. The most important thing is that Russia does not disrupt this crucial diplomacy and approaches the conclusion of the war with 100% seriousness.
The war in Ukraine could be inching toward a potential turning point. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has unveiled a sweeping 20-point peace framework, which he says reflects months of consultations with the United States. The draft, presented to journalists on Wednesday, lays out a potential roadmap to end the conflict, but the most difficult questions remain unresolved. At the center of the proposal is the territorial issue. Kyiv is calling for Russian forces to withdraw from Ukraine's Kharkiv, Dnipropetrovsk, Sumy, and Mykolaiv regions, while freezing the conflict along the front lines in Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhzhia, and Kherson.
Our negotiating team's report today was quite comprehensive and thorough. Rustem Umerov and Andriy Ignatov have returned from their meeting in the United States with representatives of President Trump. They reported on the working drafts of agreements that are already in place and on the specific points within these agreements that we have successfully managed to strengthen. We continue to maintain constant contact with America, and we are looking forward to further productive work together. We feel that America is looking to achieve a final agreement, and from our side, we are offering full cooperation. Ukraine has never been and will never become an obstacle to peace. We are working actively and doing absolutely everything we can to ensure that the necessary documents are not only prepared, but also truly realistic. The most important thing is that Russia does not disrupt this crucial diplomacy and approaches the conclusion of the war with 100% seriousness.
Moscow, however, continues to demand that Ukraine pull back from regions that officially joined Russia in 2022, but remain partly under Kyiv's control. Another contentious point is the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Ukraine wants joint Ukrainian-US management on a 50-50 basis, rejecting a Russian role, in contrast to Washington's earlier proposal for trilateral oversight. The plan also outlines a peacetime Ukrainian armed force of 800,000 personnel, despite Zelensky previously admitting that Ukraine could not afford such numbers without Western funding. On security, the proposal calls for Article 5-like guarantees from the US, NATO, and European allies, ensuring a Western military response should hostilities resume. Under the framework, Ukraine would renounce nuclear weapons, while expecting accelerated EU membership and reconstruction aid totaling up to $800 billion. Provisions on Russian language rights and the Ukrainian Orthodox Church have been replaced with broad commitments to educational programs promoting tolerance and anti-racism. President Vladimir Putin recently said Moscow could consider halting deep strikes on Ukraine on the day it holds an election, provided the millions of Ukrainians living in Russia are also allowed to vote. However, Zelensky's plan suggests a full ceasefire would only take effect after all parties agreed to the framework.
Moscow has yet to officially respond to the proposal. Putin has repeatedly stated that Russia is open to negotiations, but insists that any settlement must address the root causes of the conflict and reflect the territorial reality on the ground.
Moscow has yet to respond officially, though President Vladimir Putin has emphasized that any settlement must reflect the realities on the ground and address the root causes of the conflict. For now, Zelensky's framework remains a bold outline, a potential bridge toward peace, but one that will test the willingness of both sides to compromise amid a brutal and protracted war.